in the target database, okay? And if we look at this data view at the bottom, you'll see that you can see that, okay? This big wheel class exists in the source, but it does not exist in the target. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just go ahead and select this new button on top here, and it's going to select all those new entries. Okay, and I'm going to want to go ahead and copy those over to my production model database, which is my target database. And we really have two options to do that. The first option is a script option, which is what it's going to do is going to generate a SQL script. So you can run that manually against, let's say you had several databases that you wanted to transfer to and you just wanted to do this once and then generate the script and run that manually. You could do that. You could also do this for from a channel sales perspective to do content updates. Here's the different. You could publish out the differences in between your production and your live model databases this way as well. Okay, and the script and the copy function just does it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the copy function. Okay, so I got an error, and what this is telling me, it says could not find record for category ID equals to big wheel color and table option lists. Okay, so what this error is telling me is that, hey, you're trying to copy over this rule set that uses this option list, but the option list does not exist in your target database. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select my option list here, and you see that I have 3 that are new as well. So when you get errors like that, you want to either copy those at the same time or you want to copy them before. Other things that you're going to see that would give you that same type of error are a view, like a rule set view. You cannot copy over a rule set view unless the rule set exists. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and copy those over at the same time. And I'll show you the script function, and then I'm going to show you the copy function. So you see that this generated a SQL script, and if I run that manually against a model database, it'll make all these entries. So this is pretty neat, especially from the channel sales perspective. Okay, and I could just save this off as script, and I could take a look at that later or run that on other people's machines. Okay? So now I'm going to hit the copy button, and it's going to copy all that data over to my target database. And you'll notice after it did that, my icon changed from a blue arrow to a red equals, which means that the data in the source and the target is now equal. Okay, and we can verify that again by looking at the source and the target down at the bottom here in the database view. At least that's what I call it. Okay, and we can check those option lists as well. Those have been moved over. Those have been moved over to the target database. Okay, so I'm going to go into Design Studio and I'm going to make a few changes, and then I'm going to show you how to do a recomparison of the database, and I'm going to show you what some of the other icons are going to show you. Okay, so I'm just going to go and make some simple changes here to my rule set. Okay, I'm going to go into the big wheel class rule set. And again, we just tried to keep this simple. Okay, I'll just change the screen title from Customize Your Ride to Customize Your Bike. Okay, and we decided that we're not going to offer different sizes. We're just going to offer one standard size. So I'm going to remove that from my detail here. Okay, and I'm going to check in that rule set. Okay, so now when you want to recompare the databases, you can either click on either one of the databases here. So I'll just click on the target model. And it's going to bring up this window again. Okay, so I'm just going to keep my production model in there. As soon as I click Finish, sorry, I think I had opened this twice. I apologize for that. As soon as I click finish, it's going to bring me back to that window. It's going to close the tool and bring me back to the window when we had first opened the tool to recompare. Okay, so it's just going to do a recomparison of the databases. Okay, now we're going to drill down to that rule set. And you'll see we already have one of the arrows, so it's changed. So it's saying there's something in rule sets that has changed, and the rule set that changed is this big wheel class rule set. Okay, you see these green arrows on top. Okay, so nothing in the variables changed, that's still equal. And from a rules perspective, this create screen rule had some changes in it. Okay, we changed the customize your bike description. It was customize your, currently it is customize your ride in the target model database. And from a screen option perspective, this value was deleted. Okay, and you'll see that this exists in the target database, but does not exist in the source. And this is the same type of thing that you would see if you did some development in your target, in your product model or in your live database, but did not transfer that data back over to your development database. You would see this. So what would happen is when I copy these rules and sync these databases, it's going to delete. It's going to take whatever's in the source and put it in the target, meaning it's going to delete those changes in your live database or in your target database. Okay, so that's why it's important that if you have to make like an emergency change to your live database, that you replicate that back to your development environment so you don't mistakenly overwrite that in the future. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sync those as well. Okay, again, we could do the script or the copy. Okay, and you'll see that it had changed the icons and all those are equal. Okay, so that's kind of the end of the short demo that we had on the tool. At this point, I'd just like to open it up to questions, or if there's anything else anyone would like to see as far as the tool goes.